Great. This is Jim Farmer with Georgia Voice.
Well, repeat your question again,
So
Jim?
what's it like working together?
I had a blast. I think we have a lot of similarities. We both approach our work in a very similar way, and we also both have really twisted senses of humor.
Okay.
That we shared throughout the shoot, and it was fun. It was fun.
Okay.
And I think that we both work in similar ways creatively. I think we have weirdly similar life experiences, and I think that the humor has saved both of us. And you know, immediately being something bad happens to you, but to as soon as possible be able to make jokes about it is the only thing that has saved me. And if something terrible happens to Alan, I've got to make fun of him.
Absolutely, I get it.
Paul, what made you want to play this character?
Well, it was a beautiful script written by Alan Ball, and he wanted me to be in it. So I felt poised to want to say yes, you know, before I'd even read it. And then I read it, and I felt very attached to it very quickly. And we had a phone call that was beautiful. I had some very serious questions about whether I should play this role, and however flattering it was that Alan asked me. And you know, were there any compelling reasons for me? Can I help? You know, and I think we found some. You know, I was raised by a closeted gay man who came out when he was 63 years old, and had a 20-year relationship with a man called Andy, who I believe was the love of his life, the real love of his life. And then when Andy died, my father, through crippling shame and dogma as a Catholic, went back into the closet. And you know, I have some knowledge of having been raised by somebody who's running from themselves. And I felt like I maybe could help, and it might be useful for it to be me. And it was an amazing experience that was, bearing in mind the subject matter, was full of too much laughter. But there you are.
Okay. So Alan, this actually for both of you, I love the relationship between Frank and Wally. Alan, can you just sort of talk about their relationship and, you know, those two?
Yeah, I always thought that Frank would end up with somebody who was as opposite from him as he possibly could. Mm-hmm. And I also felt like as a character who was leaving his small town in South Carolina and going out into the world and moving to New York, that it would be interesting if he ended up with somebody who was from a completely different culture. And whereas Frank is somewhat repressed, waspy, Wally is somebody who, if he feels it or thinks it, he says it. And I also wanted to explore the idea of somebody who also is in the closet with his family, but it doesn't stop him from having a deep relationship with them. It's just it's a completely different mindset. But ultimately, I wanted it to be a story about two men where they both were allowed to stay alive at the end. Because usually, a lot of times in movies about men who love each other, one of them has to die. And I just really didn't want that to happen.
Thanks for that. Can you talk briefly about what a great ensemble?
The cast is a dream cast. Literally, I can't imagine anybody else playing any of the roles in the movie. And not only that, without exception, they're all phenomenal people. And so it was one of those rare instances where, yes, we didn't have any money. Yes, we didn't have any time. You know, we only had 5 weeks to shoot this movie, but it was just a joy from beginning to end. And everybody was doing it because they loved it, and everybody still loved what they do, because a lot of times people become professionals and they start to in things, you know, something that they pursued out of just pure joy becomes a job, and suddenly it loses all the fun. But that was not the case with this group of people, and it was a total joy for me from beginning to end.
Great. Thanks so much, guys. I really enjoyed the film.
Thank you so much, Jim.
Take care.
Good to see you. Take care.
You think so?
Jim.
Thanks a lot.